What's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going over 5 practical pieces of workout and nutrition advice that you can implement immediately to make sure that you get good results in the gym. Before that, my name's Keith. I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos, because I put out new videos every single day. So let's get into this. The reason I'm doing this topic, I got this question earlier today from a viewer named Matt. Matt said, Keith, my state is coming out of lockdown and I really want to get jacked now. Can you recommend 5 pieces of advice for someone with no workout experience? Thanks, you're the best, Matt. All right, Matt. So I wanted to give you and all the viewers 5 really good pieces of workout advice, because I know a lot of guys out there do want to start hitting the ground running now that the lockdown's over. And this is a great opportunity. It's almost like a second New Year's resolution that's happened halfway through the year. So that's clutch, because most people usually fuck their New Year's resolutions up by February anyways. So I got you right here. First one out of the gate is to come up with a serious reason why you want to get the body you want. Get clear around what that body is first of all, then get serious about why it is you want it, and then write it on a note card. And this reason doesn't have to be something wildly deep, but it needs to be, you need to get clear on the reason that is inspiring you at least, okay? So for me, like I've always wanted to have money, but I was not fired up to put in the work and to do the uncomfortable things when the motivation was to drive a Lamborghini or flex on Instagram or some shit. But when the motivation became about, I want to put me, my family, and the people I care about in the best position possible, and I want to, through my financial endeavors, have a positive impact on people's lives, that was strong enough to motivate me to take massive action. Now, why do I say put it on a note card? This is something I started doing with money. This helped with me with this. I would be reminded of the mindset I was trying to instill and the goals and the motivations that I had by writing my specific goal, my why, reason, and my goal on a note card, and I would carry the note card in my pocket. So every time I tapped that, I'd remember, I like put my hand in my pocket or I tap my pocket, something like that. I would remember that I had this big goal that I wanted to accomplish. So basically, this could work like you have the note card in your pocket and you go into the grocery store and you see like donuts or some shit like that that looks like it would taste really good, but it's not on your diet, obviously. You touch in your pocket, you're reminded of what you're motivated by, and you choose to make a better decision. Now, your why reason, like I said, it can be something pretty simple. It could be literally, I just want to look really good for girls on the beach this summer, and that would be fine if that's actually what's really firing you up. But it's got to be the reason that's that is stronger than the times when you're going to be feeling lack of motivation, and those are the times when you're going to give into weakness, and honestly you're going to end up losing your goals if you're not clear on your why reason. The biggest reason people don't get what they want is because they don't know why they want it. Honestly, well, actually it's they don't know what they want, and then they don't know why they want it. It's those two. Get both of those right and you're like 99% of the way there. Second one, don't burn out going hard as fuck fast. All right. So many people do this with every part of life. This is why I think a lot of people don't get great results when they buy like a business course off some internet guru for $997. I think the biggest reason is because they go hard as hell for like 2 weeks, but they don't understand that this is a whole process and that there's a lot of things you're not going to expect that are going to happen. And so when something doesn't go right, they give up real quick. So what I want you to do is not necessarily ease into this from like perspective of like barely changing anything, but what you want to do is find out where your biggest weak points are, things you need to do the most changing on, and fix them. So like I used to, when I did fitness coaching full time, I would do something called the 3 wins, and I would try and get all of my clients to start their first week off with 3 wins, 3 simple changes. Oftentimes this came down to making sure they got the proper meals in, or that they tracked their calories, or that they worked out 4 times a week, something really pretty simple that could totally be done, so that you can just kind of trigger in your mind the positive reward of actually doing what you say you're going to do when you go to the gym. So this really works for continuing to motivate you, whereas if you say, say like, this week I'm gonna get X amount of calories every single day. I'm gonna have no sugar. I'm gonna go 7 days a week to the gym, bust my ass, and by the second day of going to the gym, you're sore as hell. You don't even feel like you're doing anything right. You're the weakest person in the gym, and you don't feel like eating the food you're supposed to eat, and you give up. Whereas if it's something that's like, well, I mean, maybe this puts me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but it's not that bad, then you can grow on that, and you feel more of a positive reward rather than feeling a negative one. So, like I said, don't go too hard right off the bat. You can build up to that very quickly, but start by just making a few good decisions so that you can see the fact that it's working out. Third thing, cut out sugar. This is one of those that's really easy to do. Most people get way too much sugar. Just cut the sodas out, cut the donuts out. I mean, it's obvious shit, right? But just cut it out. You'll see dramatic results in the weight loss department for sure. I've told people to do this, literally just cut soda out. They'll lose 10 pounds in a month. It's fucking ridiculous, right? That stuff's so bad for you. You got to stop drinking it. Fourth one, do compound movements with each workout. Compound movements are going to help you put on more muscle. They're going to help you burn fat more. They're better for your whole body. And plus, you look like more of a badass. You look like a straight up pansy if you're over on some like machine curling machine, or like using a machine chest press rather than using the bench press. Man up and use the real workouts. You just look like a badass. You feel more like a badass. And they're just better for you in general. So go for the compound movements. Those being primarily your bench or incline bench, squats, deadlifts, a barbell curl of some sort oftentimes, or at least dumbbell curls, things like that. Using free weights over the machine weights. The machine weights are not nearly as effective because they're just easier to use because they don't require you to stabilize a lot. And like I said, you just don't look very masculine when you're using like the lower back extension machine, right? Like you just don't look like much of a man. So go bang out the heavy stuff. Take pride in the fact that you're doing it, because that's part of the reason that men like to work out. We feel like men when we're doing it. So act like a fucking man while you're working out. Fifth one, track your progress. All right, so this goes along basically with the first one of coming up with a reason why. Well, you want to see that you're getting somewhere, right? So take correct steps, have good actionable plans, and then track the progress as you go along. So take a picture at the beginning. I have this one friend, Jake, my podcast host, actually co-host. When I started getting him to work out, which was about a year and a half ago now. He has a before pic, and he looks completely different now. And he is just so, I mean, he's so fired up about it. You can tell it's like he's on a little ego trip about it. I love it. I'm happy for him. But like honestly, like he's made a massive change, and it just motivates him to keep going harder. You know, it's great. And I mean, you see this, and that's what fires you up, because it's really easy over a few months of taking action on a daily basis to not think much has changed, which is why it's really important to notice how far you've come, because it'll just fire you up to keep going further. So track your progress. Take progress pics. I threw a bonus one in here. Do research. Do more research to find out what really works. You know, don't get content with just what you're doing. I've fallen victim to this over time. I ignored diet for several years when I first started working out because I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to have to think about what I was eating. Finally started doing my research, figured out how to do it really easily, got way better results. Did my research simply just watching YouTube videos of people with more experience or learning different things about the body so that I could go incorporate and improve what I was doing. You always want to be improving in this game, right? You want to get better results. It's about maximizing results. The athletes of today are doing way different things than the athletes of 5 years ago or 10 years ago because the science advances and the technology advances and the philosophy on doing things advances. So be sure to keep tracking things, do research so that you can get better results, and have more fun while you're doing it. Guys, that's all I got for this one. If you like this video, leave a like so I can reach more guys with my message. Also, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss tomorrow's video, and I'll talk soon.